three news stories for you. Firstly, a Kenyan politician has shared a post. He has issued a statement. He is calling upon East African countries, countries of the Horn of Africa, to work together to fight Tigray People Liberation Front. Who is this politician? Is this Kenyan government's position? Is any African country ready to support PM Abiy militarily? Secondly, viewers, Addis Ababa city government has told residents of the city who have weapons to register. 2 days have been given by the authorities to weapon holders. Why is that? Why is Addis Ababa government making such a decision? And thirdly, viewers, where is Mustafa Umar, Somali region's president, a very vocal critic of Tigray People Liberation Front, who sent his forces to Amhara region as well, but the forces were withdrawn. Where is he now? Firstly, viewers, a Kenyan politician has issued a statement. He is former Speaker of Kenyan Assembly. His name is Farah Malim. He is a politician of opposition political party Orange Democratic Movement. He is saying that all East African countries and or Horn of Africa countries, they must work together to fight Tigray People Liberation Front. Is this Kenyan government's official position? We did see a statement from Kenyan envoy to the UN a few weeks ago in which he had said that Kenyan African countries would protect territorial sovereignty of Ethiopia. But is there any likelihood of any African country sending its forces to Ethiopia in support of PM Abiy's government? Because we do know that Uganda, Rwanda and some other African countries, they have sent their forces to other African countries to fight some armed groups. So can it happen here? Especially when we know that PM Abiy visited several African countries a few weeks ago. He met with Museveni of Uganda, Paul Kagame of Rwanda. On the 4th of October, when PM Abiy took office and inauguration ceremony was held in Addis Ababa, several African countries, the leaders participated in the ceremony. So is there any likelihood of some African country sending its forces to Addis Ababa to support PM Abiy? So far, we don't have any information that any African country would like to send its forces to Addis Ababa to support PM Abiy. But yesterday in the meeting, PM Abiy said that when Ethiopian government forces were advancing to push Tigray forces out of Amhara, world leaders were calling him. And now when Tigray forces are on the offensive, no one is calling. So that just shows that world leaders, African leaders, they would not like to be part of this conflict. Excluding Eritrea, viewers, we don't know what Eritrea will do. Eritrea might intervene as it did in the past, but other African countries, so far, they are watching all these developments very cautiously. Secondly, viewers, Addis Ababa city government has issued a statement. It is calling upon all the residents of the city who have weapons to register. Why is that? And it's calling upon people to join forces as well. Well, Ethiopian government is worried that there could be an uprising in Addis Ababa. There is presence of large number of Oromo in Addis Ababa. In fact, I think majority of Addis Ababa population is Oromo. And OLA is now advancing towards Addis Ababa, supported by a Tigray Defense Force. So there could be an uprising from within in Addis Ababa. That is why Addis Ababa government wants to register all those residents who have weapons. The weapons might be withdrawn from them as well. We don't know if weapons are being withdrawn, but they're being told to report at the city authorities office to register their weapons. That just shows viewers that in Ethiopian capital of Ethiopia, gradually panic is starting to spread. Yes, there is not very large scale panic so far, but such decisions will make public worried, if not panicked. They'll be worried that something is going to happen. Ethiopian government, Amhara regional government, they say that people in Dasi, some elements helped TPLF. And some were armed and they took up arms against Ethiopian government forces, Amhara forces in Dasi. And they say they want to avoid repetition of such a situation in Addis Ababa. Lastly, viewers, where is Mustafa Umar, Somali region's president? A vocal critic of Tigray People Liberation Front, who sent his forces to Amhara a couple of months ago. He said that it was a matter of survival for Ethiopia to defeat TPLF. But later he withdrew his forces. Now he is nowhere to be seen. One clarification, viewers, some accounts, Twitter accounts by the name of Mustafa Umar are spreading hate. They are sharing hateful posts. Mustafa Umar does not have any Twitter account, so we should be careful that accounts in the name of Mustafa Umar are being used to spread hate. He does not have any Twitter account according to some official sources. Secondly, consensus is lacking in Somali region now. Ogaden National Liberation Front has decided against becoming part of new government. Mustafa Umar has been re-elected for the next term like PM Abiy. But ONLF, Ogaden National Liberation Front, is not part of this government. So there is not consensus between opposition and government to send forces to Amhara region. That is why forces were withdrawn, and though PM Abiy yesterday and before that called upon regional forces to play their role, but so far we have not seen departure of Somali forces towards Amhara region. It means that Somali regional government now wants to be neutral. Maybe in coming days they might commit their forces, but so far they have not sent any forces to Amhara within the past few days after their forces were withdrawn from Amhara region. So there is lack of consensus in Somali region about being part of this war. That is why maybe Mustafa Umar is keeping a low profile. We haven't seen any strong statements from him like he was issuing statements a few weeks ago against Tigray People Liberation Front. Thank you for watching.